not a game, it's a rich thing.
Girl looks good in hoops. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Imi, aka the Diabetic Princess. I want to thank everyone who subscribed, who liked the video, who shared it, who shared the link. Thank you so much. I love you guys all. Please keep on sharing, keep on liking, keep on subscribing. If you are new, please do the same, like, share, and subscribe. So last week we left off with me being admitted to hospital after the whole journey of me being diagnosed with diabetes. If you haven't watched that video, part one, the link will be in the description down below. So what basically happened was the series of events that led up to me finally being diagnosed with diabetes after 8 years of my life not knowing. So we're gonna start off from me being admitted to hospital. I hope you guys like this video, and let's get into this video. Basically what happened after is we got to the hospital and everything was okay, and they had to do blood tests just to check where my glucose was, and it was okay. They made sure I was comfortable, obviously, but me being scared of needles, I still am till this day. I wanted to find a way to escape. So I went to the bathroom and I looked everywhere. I looked up and down, left and right, but I couldn't find a way to escape, because in my mind as an 8-year-old is you can escape without being found, but I've learned my lesson now. And I basically had to go back, get the bloods done, and I know I had to get bloods done to be diagnosed, but you never get used to needles. No one ever does. So that happened, and then they had to take me up to my room. I got my own room, that's nice, and I was okay, I was comfortable. And then came the time to test myself. I had to test my sugar hourly just to make sure where it is, and it wasn't something that I ever wanted to do, but I had to do it because it's important as a diabetic person to know where your sugar is, to know where it's riding, and it's important to make sure that your sugar is okay so that you don't get sick or you don't go into a dangerous situation. So that happened, and we had to make sure my sugar was okay, and I had to bear with the needles, and it was okay. I dealt with it. I've been dealing with it, so that was fine. And then I slept over at the hospital, I think, for 2 nights. But the first night, my mom had to leave me because I have siblings who need being taken care of, and I was crying, obviously, because it's an 8-year-old. You've never been left in hospital before. But I knew I had to be strong, and I was strong, and I stayed at the hospital alone. And the following morning, a glucometer specialist came, and if you don't know what that is, it's a person who specializes in the machines diabetic people actually use to test themselves, and the tools that you need to test yourself and test your sugar. And they came and they taught me how to test myself. That was another thing that I did not like about this whole diagnosis, is the testing part, which I will do a different story time on the morning terrors of testing myself and injecting myself. But after the glucometer specialist left, my mom and I just sat in the room, and then my best friend came to visit me, and the doctor came and he saw us and he told me where we were and what was happening. He did not tell me that I was gonna have to start injecting myself, though, until a nurse came and she injected me, and I cried because I've never been injected before, other than like like a immunization or something, and that was also painful. I also cried for those. So and it was different. It was on my stomach, and I'd never been injected on my stomach before, so it was quite sensitive, and I cried, but I was strong. And after that, the nurse came, and I had to teach myself how to inject myself. And it was hard in the beginning, how to hold it, how to wait 10 seconds after, but it was important because, like, as well as the testing part, injecting is the most important part, to supply yourself and your body with insulin. Make sure that your body has enough insulin to break down all the sugars and carbohydrates that you're eating. And I had to do that. So I mean, I had to. So I did it, and I did it for a while after. And it's very important to do so. And I had to do it every time I was about to eat a meal. So breakfast, lunch, and supper, I had to inject myself before the meal, to make sure that once the meal goes in, it was broken down. And that was basically what they had to teach me in hospital. And I stayed there for 2 nights, and that was it. And I went home. But when I got home, that's when like the testing came to play. That's when I had to get used to it, without the nurses being there to tell me, without the doctors being there to tell me how to do it. I had to learn by myself, and through my parents and my sister and my brother helping me deal with this. I had to learn how to deal with it with by myself at home, and it was scary, it was traumatic, but I always learned how to smile through it. And I hope that this story helps other diabetics out there to keep smiling through it. I hope it teaches them, even if you're not a diabetic, to smile through a problem. And stories that I'm going to tell on this channel are sad, but I smiled through them. And through the support of my beautiful parents and my siblings and all my friends, I got through it, and I'm still going through it, but it's much easier now. I hope you guys liked the story. It was very short, it was very brief, but it was basically just telling you how I dealt with it and how I hope that you guys can deal with problems in your lives. And now I'm going to go into more depth of how to inject yourself, and why you have to, and why you have to test yourself. Basically, injecting yourself is your life. There's no other way. Other people think that being diabetic, you just can't eat sweets, or you have to make sure to eat healthy. There's a lot more that goes into that. You have to make sure you drink a lot of water. You have to make sure, yes, you have to watch what you eat, but the injecting part is the part that most people don't see, and they think it's just like eating healthy, but it's really not. It's more serious than that. It's more complicated, and if you don't do it right, you can end up in hospital and being sick. So I want to educate people that diabetic people aren't just people who don't eat sweets. They have to make sure that they live life to the fullest, because you never know when you're just gonna have a low sugar or a high sugar, and your sugar just like does its own thing. So I hope you guys learn that things are not as easy as they seem on the outside. And yeah, thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I guys have an amazing day. I love you all. Please like, share, and subscribe, as I said. And thanks for watching this video. Bye.